here in Canada, um, if you don't know what C11 is in Canada, it's a way of what do you call it? Canadian content creators like myself on YouTube and all that sort of thing will be brought out to other Canadians and not necessarily to other parts of the world. It's going to be self-contained in a tiny little box. And as a result, all the news agencies that were doing Canadian news, the actual news, are now not allowed on YouTube and many of the other platforms because of the C11. So there's going to be a lot of backlash that's going to be happening with the big tech. Okay. And I do have this feeling that there's going to be a lot of lawyers involved with the next little while because of this, because it's one of their main financial structures within many of the news channels is having their news, Canadian news, put onto YouTube, Twitter, that sort of thing. And that's a good main source of income for them. And that was just cut from them. So I'm thinking the Canadian government's going to be having a visit from many, many lawyers, as I predicted before. And plus YouTube, that's their business model, is to bring everybody the content that they want and not have it being filtered through regulations like C11 and C18, I believe. So a lot of this is going to be going by the side and changed and all that sort of thing. So it's going to be a complete mess until they finally get rid of it in about a year and a half from now. Just automatic talking. So I'm still getting out there to the public, but I've noticed many of the views that I normally get have gone down quite considerably. And this is why I've started this whole new campaign of getting more channels with more stuff at the same time, getting through this rough patch for the next year and a bit. As the lawyers and all that go through the Canadian government and the forget what our regulatory system here in Canada is for television and all that. And it's going to be leaving them in a lurch. So it's not forever, but we're going to have to deal with it for a short period of time because YouTube will have their lawyers. Twitter will have their lawyers come talk to the Canadian government, and many of the other platforms that rely upon Canadian content as their business model moving forward. I never noticed that I did notice there's quite a few Canadians on YouTube, which is very interesting. Of course, we're all on YouTube, if you didn't know. But many of the big channels are actually Canadian. Interesting. So that's that. In about a year and a half, I think it's going to be going away by the way of the dodo. So what's next?